guys like my bun? Ain't she cute? Aren't I cute? I think I am. Yes, I am. Okay, let me stop. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aitza. If you're new here, I talk about books, fashion, personal finance, travel, being black in Spain, hair, a whole bunch of other random stuff. And if you're not new here, I'm glad you came back to listen to me ramble. And today I have another romance book for you guys. It is by Charish Reid. It's actually the first book she wrote, which I read the same day that I recorded the other video for her. So like a few weeks ago when I was coughing and all sick and stuff and just terrible. Yeah. And if you're not new here, I'm glad you're back. So let's jump into it. So in this book, the main character, Antonia, is living in Chicago. She's engaged. She's working in a publishing job that she really doesn't love. She's given up her passion for writing. And then she ends up calling her wedding off because her man ain't shit. And really, that's why. And she ends up getting fired in the same day. It's just like all a mess. And she still decides to go on their honeymoon together. Her sister is a therapist and is like, I'll take care of everything. I'm canceling the plans. You do you. So she goes to Ireland. She finds out that her ex-fiance, who she spoke to, canceled the booking, canceled the reservation, and there's this really big festival going on there where a whole bunch of people. And so all the lodging is reserved and held up everything. And there's nothing they could do. Like all the rooms are booked for that weekend. And the lady is like, well, you can book a cabin here. They have space, whatever. So while she's there, she meets this man in the grocery store who she's just like instantly smitten with, but she's also like, I just got out of a relationship. Like I just ended something. So she's ignoring it. And the guy, Aiden, who is a professor, he's on tenure track. He's been out of a long-term relationship for a year where he was with another academic, but things didn't work out because they had two different like plans and whatever. Just different life stuff. He is there like to get away after the semester, do some writing. He is what we can call a woke white guy. And he's just like instantly taken with her and very flirty and bantery. And he realizes that like, oh crap, like he missed his shot to like get her number or find out more about her, because if he asked after, then he would seem like kind of creepy. And just as luck and kismet or fate would have it, they end up being neighbors at their cabins. And so that's that. What I really liked about it was it's one of those transatlantic stories. So it's just cute. It's different. It's a very mature book. Not in a bad way, but it's like, you know, they're both in their 30s and they kind of like, they have some shit figured out. They don't have all of it figured out, but they have a lot of shit figured out. But then like figuring it along the way. So it's less of the childish issues that you would get when when you're just young and dumb and in your 20s like me. I don't know. Like, yeah. Why am I like this? And it, it was like her other book. It was just very mature and sexy and whatnot. The sex scenes were great. I loved their like instant chemistry. I loved how immersed it was in Irish slang. And I was about to say Scottish because Scotland's on my mind, but Scottish slang, and like the vocabulary, how much Ireland loves Obama. And there was like a funny part where she was like, I'm from Chicago and it's in America. And he was like, yeah, the home of Obama. Like, yes, where else would Chicago be? Just like cute little flirty things like that. And he was very attentive to her. Aiden loved to cook. There was a storm, not a hurricane, but a storm that came through, and he came over and got soaking wet to make sure that she was okay, and she had all the essentials that she needed. It was just really lovely and adorable and sweet. And you had a conflict, which kind of annoyed me, because communication and not jumping to conclusions would have remedied that conflict, but it was sped up pretty fast, so we didn't experience much conflict in the story, which I appreciated. And we both saw them grow as people in their roles, like the end chapter. You see where they progressed and how their careers have settled out. And we get a happily ever after and like where things lay for them, which I really appreciated, because sometimes you don't always get that, and it feels like the person who ends up moving in a romance novel, like they sacrifice something and they don't gain from it. Whereas she definitely did gain from it. She got a new job, doing something she loved. She finally finished working on a book that she was writing on. Gosh, that means I need to get back to writing as well. But yeah, there was just a lot of good things there. And I also appreciated that she had friendships, and she was able to call on the people who she needed, even though she was away. So the time difference, the country difference didn't make a thing. And Aiden also has his own demons to work out, with his father and his mother and family dynamics and figuring that out, and the trauma of his dad being ain't shit and stuff like that, and getting rid of the sins of the father and whatnot. But it was just so cute. Just like the former book, we have another adorable niece pop up in this series, in this book, and just like charm us with her wit and cheering for her uncle to get a cute lady love. Yeah. But yeah, I really like these characters. This is definitely gonna be a reread book, and you all should spend your coins on it and check it out. I also appreciated that, they talked about race, and he studied he studied American literature, but he studied a lot of like the African-American experiences. And when his students was like, oh, can we be like the Irish struggle like African-Americans? He was like, hold on, we don't want to conflate the two. Irish slaves and the chattel slave trade were two different things. And I was like, yes, when I said he's a woke white bae, he's a woke white bae. If I marry a white man, that's the kind of white man I want to marry. If any of my friends marry a white man, that's the kind of white man I want them to be married to, raising biracial, or if they decide to adopt a fully black child, that's what, I would want in their lives and in my friend circle. Yeah, Aiden is clutch. And he has great, nerdy, flirting things. And once again, like, oh my gosh, all this literature. Oh, my friend just texted me about Elite. Why am I laughing? I'm sorry, guys. But all this literature that I read in university is popping up in books, and I get the references. I love it. I've said this in the other review, but I just love it. Actually, I need to send to all my professors and be like, hey guys, thanks for making me read this, because it's popping up in books and I get the references. Ha ha ha. Hey me. Yeah. But that's all I have to say about this book. You should read it. You should give Charish your coins. Get your life. It's like $3.99 or $4.99, something like that. So it's not gonna break the bank. It may not even be that much, but I'll put the Amazon link below. And if you have any other book recs for me, if you read any of the books I keep recommending and you like them or didn't like them, please tell me. Not that I'm gonna stop reading, but I would just love to know your opinion and what things kind of capture you. So yeah, bye guys.